on the nature of philosophy, an attempt to explain what philosophy is. The question, what is philosophy, is itself a philosophical question. The striking property of philosophical questions is that we are not able to give them decisive answers. As Bertrand Russell said, comparing philosophy with science, science is what we know, philosophy is what we do not know. Science is what we can show to be true, philosophy is what we can show to be false. This brings the philosophers to a somewhat embarrassing situation, since we cannot even be sure about what we are trying to do, so that we can easily go astray. To begin with, we can easily divide the attempts to explain what is philosophy in two kinds. One, the prescriptivist approaches, trying to show what philosophy should be. Two, descriptivist approaches, trying to understand what philosophy has been. Prescriptivist approaches look to the future, belonging to a philosophy of, or a philosophical movement or a trend. Examples. Carnap suggested that philosophy should be the investigation of the logical syntax of scientific language. For Heidegger, philosophy should be the science of the beingness of being, science of being in itself. For Wittgenstein, it should be a therapy against the bewitchment of our understanding by the means of language. Some have produced well-succeeded trends. Examples: the epistemological turn, originated by Descartes, challenging the priority of metaphysics. In the Antiquity and in the Middle Ages, the priority was metaphysics and ontology. After Descartes, the epistemology should come first, and after the epistemological delimitation of what we could know, then comes the metaphysical and ontological efforts of theoretical philosophy. The linguistic turn, promoted mainly by Frege, Russell, and Wittgenstein. This was in the end of 18th century and 19th century and in the beginning of 20th century. These philosophers, Frege, Russell, and Wittgenstein, they began with the so-called analytic philosophy of language that today is so common that we call all these things, we call this thing philosophy simply, or theoretical philosophy, since the new methods invented by Frege and others, they are applied in theoretical philosophy much more than in practical philosophy. Descriptivist approaches can be found in didactic texts or even in philosophers. For instance, Broad said that philosophy is the search of a general view of the world and of man's place in it. This fits well with traditional systems from Plato to Hegel. Moore said that philosophy, under other things, is an attempt to give a description of the largest classes of things in the universe and the ways they are related one another. This seems to fit well to metaphysics and ontology, at least.